Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on a gorgeous spring day in New York. Um, Little chilly. I don't like it'll probably make 60, but like this is kind of my favorite. Anywhere between this and like 70 is like a perfect day. You know, sun is shining. It's hard not to feel good. You know, um, I did do something stupid. No, not that. This. You know, this. I gotta fucking stop this. Um, and truthfully, oh, well, obviously this is a Kratom channel, right? But I'm trying to really get away from Kratom because, you know, well, I don't want to even feed the beast, I guess you would say. Because it is days like this, uh, months out, where, and I hope these headphones cancel out some of this wind. Fuck, I'll just talk louder maybe. But like, there's days like this that you could easily slip up. That's what's happened to me in the past. Like I remember, like even in Vegas, back home, it's like everything's going well. There's really there's nothing, and then the thought just pops in your head, and then you make that mistake that then sets you back. So obviously, I'm in the shop. I'm getting this, which I honestly, again, I don't want that. And you see them, and it's literally, I was like, oh, it's been a long time. I could probably just take one, like that thought creeped. That thought creeped, you know. But, once I walked out of the store and, was just basically walking home, it, you know, how do you say it, dissipated. It was like, you don't need that shit. And that was that, you know. Oh, I will say what I did do. I started to write letters. You know what? It's a little too windy. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Fucking whack ass headphones. I got them at Port Authority. They were cheap, little, just what I needed, but they're not the greatest. Anyway, my birthday's in exactly a week, and instead of just receiving cards from my loved ones, I wanted to make personalized notes for them that they don't know they're getting. But, just making amends on my behavior and how I had been conducting myself while fighting this addiction, you know. Again, is that the primary reason for the deterioration of a lot of my relationships, romantic and otherwise? I'd actually have to say yes, you know. I think this addiction played a bigger part in my current predicament than I wanted to give credit for. Like, while being on Kratom, it's like, and you guys already know this, like the amount of money that you spend on it alone is astronomical. Astronomical. You can go through damn near $2,000 in a week. At least that's what I was doing. Or, 1,000 change and shit. It's insane. And you may think you're normal or like you're okay because of that cloud, that like buzz that it gives you or would give you, give me. But you're not. You're literally like fucking. What's that dude from Lord of the Rings? The precious ring and shit. It's like that. That's kind of like, how you get, man. Like you become like just a scheming, fucking disloyal, uh, disingenuous, dishonest person. You know, like it really does bring out the worst of you. Um, and that's definitely what it did to me. And I know for a fact that that was a contributing factor to why I lost the job in Vegas in the first place. Not totally though. That's a story unto itself. But it definitely impacted my relationship. You know, with homegirl that had, obviously has ended uh, since like February, which is when I was pretty much like going through the withdrawals. So like my head was definitely not straight. Um, and then the short temper, the short fuse, the lying, the you know uh, all that bullshit that I put my loved ones through. Um, it definitely was due to the fact that I was altered, you know. Um, and again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm blaming Kratom. I'm blaming me for the Kratom. You understand? Like I'm taking account. I want to take accountability for, you know, my choices that I made that placed me here. And I know more than anybody how tough it is. Uh, Especially again, it's those first couple of days. Excuse me, those are gonna get you, or that's where it could get you. But it doesn't stop after the first few days. Like that's what I want to show with this video, is that I don't, what is it? Fucking, it's almost 3 months now, and you know, I mean, it goes away. Like I said, it was a fleeting thought and a dumb thought. And honestly, I don't even want to step foot in smoke shops anymore. Um, Even for this bullshit, this is horse shit. Like I know it, and it's getting to the point where it's like, you don't need this shit, but you do it. And that's where I was with the Kratom as well. Um, and the shit is, again, it's just so much fucking money, man. Like all the issues that I'm dealing with, or all the like, you know, being short on money and shit, that wouldn't be non-existent if I hadn't been addicted to this horse shit, you know. And then also like just the embarrassment, uh, the shame, really, the shame and the remorse of knowing that it wasn't really you, you know. I mean, but it was, that's what we do. That's what we was doing, uh, and that sucks. Like, you know, I did go to the gym with my father, and he was working out. Me, I shot around on the basketball floor, and I hadn't been on a court in like 2 years, man, even longer than that, truthfully. Uh, and I got out there the first couple of minutes, and oh my god, I probably looked like a fucking autistic. And I'm not laughing at autism, like, trust me, that's not the point. I'm just saying, like, compared to how I used to play, like, not to brag and shit, but I could get down. Like, yeah, basketball was, goddamn, like, basketball was definitely one of my passions, and I was pretty damn good at it, truthfully. Uh, Definitely above average as a player. But it was really this. Like, I was never afraid of the moment. Like, I remember playing in a league, and uh, yeah, hit one of the biggest shots that I ever hit was in the championship game, and we ended up winning in overtime. And even the ref was like, "Yo, that's like that was the best fucking championship game we've ever saw, and it really was incredible. Um, but yeah, anyway, after about 5, 10, maybe more like 15 minutes, I got my rhythm back, and I couldn't miss. And uh, like even my father, he was like walking laps, so he would obviously look down on occasion. He was like, "Hey, still got it," you know. Um, and then I tried to work out a little bit, but I was like a fucking peanut worm, man. you know, like shaking, you know. But I was still able to get some weight up though. So like that gave me that was encouraging because it was like, okay, I'm not as far away as I thought I was. And yeah, it just encouraged me to be like, yo, all you gotta do is Nike that shit, just do it. And that, that was what, 2 days ago. Um, I'm in therapy, that's, I actually recommend it, but be warned, you only get out of it what you put into it, you know, and I'm putting everything in that I can. Like I'm just totally honest with them and myself. And that brings me to, again, uh, why I'm writing letters, not text messages, actually enveloped letters uh, to my loved ones that I'm going to give on my birthday to them. And, uh, you know, it's not easy to do that, you know. I want to be clear. Like, like, even when I'm writing them, I'm like, oh man, like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I said that. Like, that's the part that hurts is that, I said a lot of nasty things to a lot of lovely people. And, mm, but I recognize that, you know what? It's okay to not be okay sometimes. And during this patch, it's been extremely rough. Um, and I hurt a lot of people that actually loved me and cared for me. And like the further away you get from this shit, the more you feel it. Your mind gets clear, so you're able to remember these things. And it's a gut punch, you know. Um, like I said, even with with homegirl, um, it's coming up on 3 months with that, and so uh, obviously it's lessened, like that like feeling of wondering and fluctuating between uh, caring and not caring, and uh, and like wishful thinking, and uh, like thinking that, oh yeah, she'll be back, or I ain't even taking the bitch back, or oh, I'll see you again. And it's like the reality sets in at a certain point, and not just for her, but for the totality of my circumstances. And so, damn, I hope this is making sense to y'all. I mean, at this point, I'm fucking hungry and just have a lot of emotions that maybe it was because I picked up the vape and seen this shit, and it's like, this fucking bottle, this little fucking bottle has caused me so much grief, more so than anything else. Like, yeah, because honestly, that was it. Once I was done, I was done. But this is I think again, it's probably the accessibility. Like, You can get that shit anywhere, at any time. Uh, and that's why, you got to be diligent. And then also it's getting more known, but it's still sort of a fringe sort of substance. Uh, so it's like you really don't have that much uh, support, like you would if you were taking anything else. Um, but I think that's changing, and that's a good and bad thing. But yeah, basically, I'm just very introspective, very reflective, and uh, and again, I'm sorry if it takes me a while to get back to y'all on whatever platform. Sometimes it's YouTube, sometimes it's IG, whatever. Uh, but I will, get y'all back. I will hit y'all back. Um, and I understand that some people are still in it as far as like the thick of it. Um, but it does get better, and you can pick up the pieces, and you must. There's really no other choice. And acceptance is, in my opinion, the most important aspect of any of this. Like this whole journey is about acceptance. Um, accept the shit that you can't control or change, and work on at least the things that are in your control. Make the right decisions on those things. Um, but yeah, I mean, despite it all, I feel decent. Not super happy, not in the doldrums. Uh, just they make everything such a fucking bureaucracy. Like I'm dealing with the whole, trying to get my unemployment, and they just make that so difficult. It's almost like they make it so you just want to be like, yo, fuck that, um, but yeah, I need that money. It's quite a bit now. Like every week that goes by, it's another fucking week in the bank, and at this point, I'm damn near over 8,000. So it's like, yeah, I'll go through the bullshit because yeah, it's a nice little chunk to play with, or at least to hold me down while I continue to heal and focus on other things. But yeah, actually, I started writing down to each person, and I think that might, help you guys as well that are going through this or have gone through it and still feel the sort of ways I'm feeling with the remorse and shit. It might help. It might help because it's better than a text message, and more intimate than a phone call. And yeah, I gotta make a lot of amends, man. I really do. But again, this is just for my family. I would not reach out to a homegirl at all. Like, like I'm at that point of it where it's like, again, acceptance. But with my immediate family, I'm at the stage of, I accepted it, but I'm also at the stage of remorse. Like I feel real bad for how I conducted myself and the things I've said and the people I've hurt. Yeah, we gotta wring that out, So, but all in all, not bad. So, if you guys are going through it as well right now, or if you're in a little prolonged time period of sobriety, maybe you guys have found ways of making those amends, because I am sure that you guys know what I'm talking about. that you definitely feel just as much shame, remorse, and guilt as I do. So, uh, yeah. So if you've done anything like that, definitely hit me up. Let me know at least, and we go from there. But holy shit, this video is long. I don't even know if I should post this one. Maybe like try to shorten it up. Nah, fuck it. Then you know what? Whatever, man. This shit's in there. All right. Anyway, take care. Peace.